You decided rejection is the scariest thing that could ever happen to you. So you follow every trend to fit in. You never ask for what you want. You constantly worry about what other people think, and you avoid every possible situation where you might be rejected. In the next 15 minutes, I will end your fear of rejection forever. Because everything you want out of life is on the other side of this fear. The aim of this video is not to help you never get rejected again, because that's not life. It's to help you reject your fear of rejection so you can go after every single thing you want with full confidence. This video is going to be a complete breakdown of how you are going to get over your fear of rejection. This is my 4-part framework. Let's get into it. First, what is a fear of rejection? A fear of rejection is you practicing a limiting belief that says, if somebody rejects me, they are validating my unworthiness. So when you constantly think that people rejecting you means that something is wrong with you or that you're not good enough, then you're always going to feel rejected. If you had self-worth, if you had self-esteem, if you had confidence, you would never see rejection as something bad, something as concrete, something as finite. You would see rejection as a redirection, you would see rejection as God's protection, and it would literally not faze you one bit. So the core wound here is a lack of self-esteem, a lack of confidence, and a lack of love for yourself. Fear of rejection is just a byproduct. It's just a symptom of a lack of confidence, a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-esteem. Now that we have that covered, let's go over the 4-part framework of how you're going to get over your fear of rejection. Step number 1, stop taking things personally. It is okay to be rejected. And when you realize it is okay to be rejected, it's literally fine and it happens to everyone. You're already halfway to overcoming your fear of rejection. And this is why. 2 reasons. Number 1, rejection is just someone's opinion. Let me say that again. Rejection is just someone's opinion. In most cases, rejection comes down to personal preference. It's nothing personal. It doesn't invalidate your worth. It is just a neutral preference. One rejection doesn't define what your entire story is going to be. Now, in some cases, the person rejecting you isn't rejecting you, they're rejecting themselves. The person rejecting you is extremely complex, just like you are extremely complex. They are viewing the world through their own personal lens. Their rejection is coming from their personal life experiences, their current mental state, their pain, their past experiences. These are all situational factors that you have no idea about. And these are all the things that contribute to somebody rejecting you and you feeling confused as to why they have done that. And if you really want to, you can ask them why they're rejecting you, although my personal style is to literally not do that. Just accept it, move on, because sometimes the rejection is the answer in itself. My point is, there are a million reasons why somebody is rejecting you, and none of those reasons is because something is wrong with you. And reason number 2 that gets you to halfway of overcoming your fear of rejection is people don't care as much as you think they do. People reject people and then they get over it. You are the one that is allowing their rejection of you to live rent-free in your head when they have just simply rejected you and moved on with their life. Remember the spotlight effect to really help you get into this mindset. People care more about themselves and how they are being perceived than about you. This overestimation of how much people pay attention to us can be extremely lethal, so just remember, literally no one cares. Here are some rules to practice this not caring mindset. Rule number 1, everyone has the right to feel how they feel. Simple. 2, getting rejected once does not mean you will never be accepted. Rule number 3, their rejection is not a reflection of your self-worth. Understand that. Repeat that in your head. Let that be one of your affirmations. Rejection is not a reflection of your self-worth. However, your feelings toward their rejection is a reflection of your belief in yourself and your lack of self-worth. So make sure you clock that. You're not actually mad about the rejection. The rejection is just bringing up feelings of your unworthiness and how you feel within yourself. And that brings me to the last rule, kind of goes off the previous one. Being rejected does not take away, ever, your power your freedom and your choice of how you get to feel. So, literally, the way you feel is in your own hands. You get rejected, you can choose to feel worse or you can choose to feel better. You can choose to still continue to feel appreciated, valued, loved, worthy, and all of these great things, or you can get the rejection and choose to feel like a piece of garbage. You can choose to feel worse about yourself. The choice, the freedom, and the power to feel better things never gets taken away from you when you get rejected. You're just taking away that choice, power, and freedom to feel better from yourself. Being rejected is their action, it's what they did. Feeling rejected is your action. It's what you are choosing. Once you can really practice this in your everyday life, you will notice how you just float through life feeling so neutral and so good about things that actually could be bad, seem bad, seem negative, but you're choosing to not view it that way. You're choosing to believe everything is working out in your best favor. Everything is happening the way it needs to happen and nothing is personal. You get that power. So choose it. So now you know it is okay to be rejected. It literally happens to everyone and it's nothing personal. So, how do you deal with the aftermath of getting rejected? Step number 2, the maybe mindset. Step number 1 helped you realize there are probably only 2 reasons why somebody is rejecting you, and both of those reasons are situational. Easy. Step number 2 is shifting you into the most powerful mindset ever, the maybe mindset. This mindset is truly life changing, and it comes from the famous Chinese farmer story, and it goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a Chinese farmer whose horse ran away. That evening, all of his neighbors came round to commiserate. They said, "We are so sorry to hear your horses ran away. This is the most unfortunate thing." The farmer said, "Maybe." The next day, the horse came back bringing 7 wild horses with it, and in the evening, everybody came back and said, "Oh, isn't that lucky? What a great turn of events. You now have 8 horses." The farmer again said, "Maybe." The following day, his son tried to break in one of the horses, and while riding it, he was thrown off and broke his leg. The neighbors then said, "Oh dear, that's too bad." And the farmer responded, "Maybe." The next day, the conscription officers came around to conscript people into the army, and they rejected his son because he had a broken leg. Again, all of the neighbors came around and said, "Isn't that great?" Again, he said, "Maybe." This story grounds us in the knowing that nothing is ever immediately good or bad. Only time can tell. When you jump to labeling something automatically bad, you intercept the possibility of a beautiful blessing unfolding as a result of this rejection. Good or bad is always based on what you want to happen, your expectations of the situation, your expectations of the outcome. When you surrender to any possibility unfolding and know that it's all happening for your highest good, everything can be labeled as good. You decide what is good and what is bad. So when you decide every rejection is the best thing that could ever happen to you, every rejection turns into a blessing. Another way to reframe an initial rejection is to think about it as it is a rejection before the acceptance. So it can be this thing of I had to get rejected in order for the actual thing that I want to happen. The rejection was part of the path to the thing that I actually want. Don't label things immediately good or bad. Just let time unfold the reason for that rejection or that negative experience, because those things usually turn out to be the best blessings of your life. This is the gift of hindsight. It's not rejection, it's redirection and God's protection. Remember that God has heard conversations that you have not heard. And remember that every single time you label a rejection, a negative experience, a negative situation as bad. Okay? Step number 3, reframing no. If someone asked you right now, go and get rejected 5 times, would you do it? Probably not, because you're like, why am I going to go actively put myself out there and get rejected? What if someone asked you to go get rejected 5 times and then you will have $1 million business? What if someone asked you to go get rejected 7 times, but then you'll meet your soulmate? You would do it, wouldn't you? I know you would. That is how you reframe no. Stop letting those pesky 2 little letters cripple you into someone who can't take action, because what if they say no? What if they say yes? If you don't ask, the answer is always 100% quantifiably always going to be no. Guaranteed. By asking, you have now put yourself in the running for a yes. And sometimes, honestly, getting a no to what you think you want actually gets you a yes to what you actually want. You just don't know that you want it yet. So many people are not living a life of their dreams because they are not allowing themselves to get told no. But that is not your job. Start allowing yourself to be told no and watch your life literally change. I can guarantee you, 100% guarantee you, that if you didn't get the guy that you wanted, you will get an even better one. If you didn't get the job or the promotion that you wanted, you will get an even better one. You didn't get the friends that you wanted, you will get even better ones. I promise you that. But only if you allow yourself to be told no and reject inevitable rejection by reframing it as something that benefits you. But only if you put yourself in the game. Only if you allow yourself a chance to be picked. Allow yourself a chance to be in the running. Allow yourself to be told no. And learn to reject inevitable rejection as something that benefits you. So now you know why people reject you, how to move on when they do, and why being told a no is actually a yes. Now let me convince you to actively seek rejection for your benefit. Promise. Step number 4. Be delusional, be delulu, and seek rejection. This is the most fun game because there is always a positive outcome. There is no negative outcome with this game. This little game that you're going to start playing after you finish this video is going to help you stop caring about rejection by getting rejected often. The rules of this game goes as such. Every single day, you are going to do something that is going to cause you to get rejected. You are going to go to your favorite coffee shop and ask if they have any discounts going. You are going to walk up to a group of girls and just be like, hey, and start a conversation and introduce yourself. You are going to actively try to get rejected. That is the aim of the game. You want that no. And by wanting that no, you are putting yourself in the running for the yes. But think about how revolutionary this is. Like, you are going out with the intention of getting a no. Like, that is the game, right? So the aim of the game is to get as many no's as possible. But as you go out there to try to get rejected, you start realizing that a no most often is going to be a yes. Like, your fear of getting that no is just a fear that you have. People don't say no. Most of the time, people don't say no. If you go up to a group of people and introduce yourself and say, hey, how's it going? My name is Vikita, blah, 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 people are going to talk to you. If you go to your coffee shop and they don't have any discounts on, they don't have any discounts on. If you're rejected, you win because the aim of the game is to be rejected, so you've won the game. But if you get a yes, you also win because now you've made new friends. You got an extra 10% off your coffee. You got that cute guy's number because he was like, whoa, okay, like, this is a cute girl. This is like a really cool mind F because you're trying to get rejected. That is the aim. So by actively seeking the rejection, because that's the aim of the game, you're not scared of rejection because you are anticipating, you're expecting the no. So when you go out and you get a yes, each time you do that, you're getting that mental clock of like, wait a second, I just asked and I got it. Or I applied to this thing and I just got it. I'm underqualified, but I got it. You will start building a file of all the yeses you got when you thought and expected you were going to get a no. Amazing stuff, honestly. It's so amazing. You need to play this game. Like, that is your homework. You are starting this game and you are going out there and you're getting rejected because it is going to help you and completely change your life. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. And you're going to end up so good on the other end because, like I said, most people don't say no. You're just expecting that they're gonna say no, so you don't even put yourself in the running. You just completely shut down and you say, no, I'm not even gonna go for it. No action, nothing. When you play the game, you're in the game and you're more likely to win the game. Okay? Get in the game of life. Boom. Don't forget to check out the Feminine Protocol membership in the description box. It's my manifesting membership, completely one-stop shop to an entire life makeover, and all the other links in my description box, from Notion templates to digital guides, etc. If you want to take your learning to the next level and build the confidence needed to build a solid foundation so you don't continue the fear of rejection, watch this video next.